And lift that weight out of there. It's hooked in, so I have a little safety hook here.
I see.
Now, okay, go ahead. I got the weight.
All right.
Now there's the weight hanging off the back of the boat.
Yeah, yeah.
When I bounce the bottom,
Oh, yeah.
I can feel it bounce immediately, can't I?
Yeah.
Now when I'm working those ledges, I look at my depth finder, I'm in 130 foot of water.
Yeah.
But I look at my counter, I'm at 195 feet of line out to get it to bounce in 130 foot of water.
I see.
You see that?
Yeah.
And I can tell instantly what's happening.
Yeah.
And that's critical.
Oh, yeah. That you can get right down to the bottom where they are.
Exactly. And what also is important is the release mechanism. Let me show you the release mechanism and the way that it works.
Okay. Are these releases any good?
Yeah.
Do you like this release better than anything on the market?
Absolutely. This is a Black's release made by a man by the name of Al Black.
I see.
I've been promoting it as a Dr. Tihoki downrigger release clip because the way that I use it is different than the way that the manufacturer that makes it uses it.
I see.
The way that I'm using it, you're not going to lose any gear. The way that the manufacturer tells you to use it is wrong in my opinion because they tell you to twist your main line around this little release arm.
Yeah, I see.
Let me show you with a little better clarity.
But if you have to twist it to keep it on.
The way that the way the manufacturer tells you to do it.
Yeah.
Here, let me show you.
Okay, all right. You were going to tell me how this is to.
Okay, now what I do is you see how this. This is an adjustment screw here. You can turn that, and that pin will open up. See, if I twist this here, this pin opens up. That's how it works.
Yeah. To give you more tension or less.
Right.
Yeah.
Now what I do, and what the tackle manufacturer or the Al Black recommends you do, are two different things. He says take your main line, twist it around, like so.
And oh, I see. Put it in.
And put it in the release.
Yeah.
Well, what happens when you do that, two things actually. The one thing is that you're weakening your main line.
Yeah.
And the second thing is you have no rod tip action. You can't see if you have a shaker.
I see.
And that's critical.
Uh-huh.
Now, also when the fish pulls, it weakens that main line, ties it in a knot.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Now let me show you here the way that I recommend that you do it. Matter of fact, I don't know if you can pick it up or not, but see how kinked it is already?
Yeah, that's right.
See? Now the way that I recommend you do it, remember we talked about my flashers needing ball bearing swivels?
Yeah.
Look at here. A ball bearing swivel right there.
I see.
Tied into a three-way.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Now, this is your tag line, which goes to the release mechanism.
I see.
Then this tag line's about 15 inches long. You can move your hand, like so. And then when the fish pulls on it, this tag line.
I see that, and it would give.
That's right.
Would give you your
rod tip.
Rod tip would show that it's on there.
Perfect. That's right.
I see.
Yep. And that's how it all goes together. Now, what I recommend guys do here, you move your hand off of this. What I recommend guys do is this release mechanism. Now, some guys don't like it because the release mechanism's always on the wire.
Yeah.
And it tends to fray the wire right in here also, so you got to be alert to that.
I see.
But other than that, I like it the best because it's right there. It's not going to fall off when I crank in my downrigger. There's some release clips that when you bring them up to the surface and they touch against the end of your downrigger, they unhook themselves.
I see.
Hey, I like that for a manufacturer, right? Job security. So this is hooked right to the main line.
Yeah.
Right above the weight. I'm not sure what these are called. The cable goes in. What are those called?
Well, they call it a thimble.
A thimble.
Yes, that's what they call them on the ship.
Okay, that's good. They're called a thimble. And the main line of your downrigger, which is a 170-pound test cable, stainless steel, and it's 7-strand, goes around the thimble, accompanied with 1, 2, 3 sleeves pinching the cable down tight together.
Yeah.
I have 2 beads on either side of this release mechanism so that it has freedom of movement.
Oh, yeah.
That's real important.
Yeah. I see.
Then off the thimble, I have a number 8 stainless steel ball bearing swivel. Now that's a sample ball bearing swivel.
Yeah, that.
I then use a stainless steel split ring to attach. Now this is the best part. What is that? What is that? Where have you seen those before? Keychains?
Yes. Yes.
Your dog has one on the end of his leash.
That's right.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, easy to hook up and off. Huh?
And I can change weights real fast, rapidly. I'm out there on the water many times working shallow depths. I don't need 18 pounds of weight.
Yeah.
I need a 10-pounder.
Yeah, yeah.
But some of these release mechanisms out on the market are so hard to work.
They sure are. Boy, oh boy, you really gotta.
You really got to work at it. So
Yeah.
by doing it this way, you'll have a trouble-free system.
Yeah, I see. Boy, I'm going to put one on mine, like this.
It's nice out here, isn't it?
Sure is.
What a day for this.
Can't beat this weather.
I'm getting
But it isn't like this every day, you know.
No.
Unfortunately, we've
it's
had
not.
fog this morning. We couldn't see to get out to the fishing area.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I see you went out this morning in the fog.
Well, I'm always in a fog 90% of the time anyway. I operate good in the fog. I know how to read a compass. Yeah, sometimes. Okay. We have flat water today. It wouldn't be that important. But when we get those rough, bumpy days, I've designed a weight hook. Now, this is a ball baby. They're called ball babies, and they're not expensive at all.
Yeah.
And they mount right on your boat, and the weight can sit in here, holds it in position.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
But on the back side of this weight, I've made a hook.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
A little bit tricky to get in place, but you see how that holds it snug?
It sure does.
That's what you're looking for.
It's not going to go any place now.
The swivel base plate on the downrigger is important, especially when you're coming into the dock. Oftentimes a guy will get out and want to do some fishing and he'll want a wide trolling pattern. However, because the downrigger doesn't swivel, coming into the dock can be a little bit tricky. Swivel base plates, they're real important.